Thanks for agreeing to do this video. Glen, you dropped a really heavy steel kind of cylinder object on your foot, and it looks like a football, and so it's a bit hard to see from the camera, but great, very handy to be able to just scan these even before your x-ray. These are too sore to examine, you can't really examine them, but we can get a lot of information just by putting the scan on. Tons of gel, because it's too sore to even touch the skin. We've worked out the ankle feels okay, not too sore around there, but anything sort of from the midfoot forward, very swollen and sore. Most of the pain's on the medial side, so we might go straight there. And just put your linear probe on. So there's tarsal bone. We're looking for the long bones, I think. And you can just sort of get a sense of the long bone there. And, well, yeah, immediately see the long bone sort of going down there and then kind of stopping. And then seems to start again.
Well, it's not supposed to do that.
It's not supposed to do that.
Oh, shit.
No.
It's not supposed to stop and start.
No, it ain't supposed to do that. You can sort of see maybe see a bit of a, there you go. That might show it a wee bit better. So that's the first metatarsal. We're just sort of running the scan over that area. Looks like there's a little just slightly displaced fragment there. Let's go a little bit lateral. We'll go to the next metatarsal. And just look down there. Not quite as sore, Glen, or not too bad? Yeah, so that sort of looks okay. See it in a straight line. Still sore though, because it's obviously been knocked around. Then the adjacent one again, looks okay. So we go to the third, there's the fourth, and we can just quickly go to the fifth, but it's not so sore that side, is it? And it appears the tarsal bones are okay, but the short bones are not as clear on a scan, so you don't have as much confidence with a short bone. But this is a big bone. Your first metatarsal is a big bone, and we can see the discontinuity. So just running out of gel. One thing we can do, just because I know you saw just before we finish, is you can have a look in transverse and see as I run it down, you'll see a disruption. All right, see that disruption there? So that suggests there's mischief in that bone. But it is clearer to turn sideways and try and get a sense of, there it is there. Let's have a look at the x-rays for Glen. You can see on the AP pretty clearly there's a fracture of the metatarsal, the first metatarsal. And on the oblique even more obvious, it's obviously comminuted, displaced to some extent. Glen sent him to the hospital, and the CT showed, you know, with a bit more clarity, some displacement. Here's one image. It's interesting thinking about these x-rays and scans. You know, if you're in a remote area where there's no x-ray machine, you can definitely spot the vast majority of fractures of limbs and long bones, and often sometimes short bones. You know, there's more and more work being done with scaphoids, naviculars, cuboids. We're always seeing avulsions here in the clinic, little lateral talus avulsions, little chips off the cuboid. Quite often that aren't showing up on the x-rays, because the x-rays only, you know, examining in two planes, maybe three, and you can miss these diagnoses. And it's nice to be able to show the patient, and even though the scan may need to be followed up with an x-ray, it's a tremendous amount of benefit to the patient to be able to see these and for you to explain exactly what's going on. They can see the little chip, and you do these little dynamic assessments as well, and helps you to sort of triage people into the next phase quickly. So once again, thanks for joining us on the Everyday Ultrasound. See you next time.